20 copies. 20 copies I had to print out. Welcome to Monday monologue, I guess. Oh man, let me tell you something. I finally got through this thing. It was a slog. It's like unedited. It's unbroken. It just goes on and on and on. It just. I liked the first parts of it. But maybe this is the point of the book, but on the road goes on. Like, the road never ends. They just keep going. And at a certain point where I think he should have been like, okay, I've made my point. But then he goes just a little bit further, and it's just like, we get it. These people are kind of terrible. You're kind of terrible. Everyone's terrible. No, none of the friends, the houses you stayed at like you anymore. Just... I actually liked it. The first 100 pages I was kind of into. I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. After that, it just completely slammed on the brakes. But now, I moved on to this. Pale Fire by Vladimir Nabokov. I'm pretty sure he wrote Lolita, which I haven't read. But this one's cool. It starts off with a poem, a cantos, if you will, a canto. There's 5 parts to it, and then it starts in with a discussion part, which is pretty cool. I'm actually kind of excited to read that. But we shall see. Maybe. I mean, so far I'm a week ahead in this class in reading, and I have a ton of. I got a couple of poems I have to get to in a little bit. Going along on this thing, I have now passed page 100, chapter 40. So it's still good. It still holds my interest. I would rather be reading that than on the road, but you know, school, and pretty much that's it for. I have to, as you may have seen me, exasperatively throwing my papers about. I gotta read my first short story soon. That's always sucks. I hate doing that. I really do. But we shall see how that goes, and if it goes well, that means I didn't break down crying because people are listening to me read. Hopefully this has helped me. This is the whole point, right? Get used to talking to things. I guess the only difference is there are more people in my class than that watch these videos, so that should be my goal. I gotta get so that should be my goal. I gotta get enough people watching these videos so it outnumbers the classmates, my peers, who I have to read to. So that's gonna be fun. But alright then. How about a garden report? So Granny was showing some concern that this little guy was so crooked. As you can see, then he's got like scoliosis. And then he gets some growth down here. So I don't know. It just seems to be the way he feels like growing. So I don't know. He just keeps reaching towards the sky. It doesn't look like it's bothering him at all, or that he needs anything to keep him straight. So we're just gonna let him keep rolling. And I swear, this thing just opens up a little bit more each time, which is really cool. Really cool. Alright, sorry for the extracurricular sounds. The air conditioning is on. But take a look at these guys. They are established and nice. This guy seems to have the most growth on him, but not too shabby. Not too shabby.
I want to do a part of it.
You don't get to do a part of it.
Come on.
What?
Introduce me with my shirt.
Okay, oh my goodness. Alright, well, this isn't a monologue anymore because this is my father who decides that he wants to do part of the garden report, and he just, I don't know, he wants people to see his shirt.
I'm just going to do a small part of this garden report. As you can see, Seth and Sarah have done such a wonderful job with all these succulents. Here we have succulent Almada Fujiara.
Okay,
is the official name. Okay, I'm just kidding. But you're doing so well. As you can see, succulents also have some color, so you can add them to your drought-infested area if you'd like to add some color in succulents. Okay, I gotta go now. I want to thank Seth for allowing me to do the privilege of doing this report. Peace.
All right, here we go. Little cactus is still doing its thing. I think he needs a bigger pot, to be honest, just so he can keep growing. Either that or we gotta break off some of these parts so I just keep him a little trim. Okay, so this little guy right here, this one that's fallen, he spread his little guys everywhere. I don't know, you can't really you can see one of them, some over there. So we'll see if those end up growing. But yeah, he's dropped a couple of them. I never noticed, but he's getting kind of big. He's just coming off the ground real nice. That's cool. I like this guy. Cactus needs his new pot. I really need to get on that. He's getting nice. These are just, he's just golden. Now, this little part seems to be struggling. I don't know why, but we're gonna give him some extra water. Maybe he just needs more space. And of course, the big boy. Look at, man, he's just killing it. He's got this nice little growth down here. It just seems to be sprouting new stuff all the time. Once again, the slackers of the group, the solid guys, guy who needs new pots. Again, does anybody want to give me money for pots? Because I need more pots for these guys. But now this is what I'm really excited about. Can we get it out of the sun? Let me get that nice, there we go. That nice purple, and it smells pretty good too. Just wish you guys can get a nice whiff of it. But this nice little blossom is proving that this little guy is far from dead. But look at all the extra little flowers we got over here. That is good stuff. That is good stuff. There's like new ones popping up all the time, and especially there at the base. And these old ones are just staying around. Some of them look a little faded. Wondering if maybe they get too much sun, but you know what? The new growth is positive. This little guy ain't going nowhere. Don't mind the crazy hair. It's just, it's a thing. Okay, so that's the garden report. Garden's looking good. I have to replant a few things. I have to finish up one of my projects, but I'm waiting till I get paid so I can get some new things to put in it. But yeah, that's just in the future. Just look forward to future stuff. Future stuff. Woo! Okay, so the other day at the library, I'm helping this young lady, and she looks at me, and she's like, "You look exactly like my brother," and I'm just like, "Cool, that's cool." And so she starts asking me, "So, like, where's your family from?" And I told her, "Oh, we're from like Central America. We're from Puerto Rico, Mexico, Costa Rica." She's like, "Oh, because we're from South America." She's like, "Oh, okay." And she gives me her ID, and I swipe. I notice her last name is Rodriguez. Like, "Oh, that's my family's name. The part of the family that came from Mexico. We're Rodriguez." She's like, "Oh, that's a trip." Oh, so I go and grab the book for her. I come back. She's like, "I'm sorry, but you probably think I'm weird. But you look exactly like my brother." And I'm like, "Oh, no, it's cool. I'll take it as a compliment." And she's like, "Oh, yeah, no, you should." And she's just like, "It's so weird because blah, blah, blah." And I'm just like, "Yeah." And she leaves and she's like, "Oh, I hope to see you again," and stuff like this. And I'm like, "Oh." And I was thinking to myself, man, this might just be like the weirdest pickup line ever. Like, "Hey, you look like my brother." And in my head, I was just like, "Oh, Game of Thrones. This is what you've done to us? Is this where we're at now?" Okay, so also, before I forget, congratulations, Shannon, on your marriage. Woo! I don't have confetti or anything to throw. I should throw the papers again. Yeah, congratulations. Sure, my invitation was lost in the mail. It's all good. Here's sports report. It's not an official segment, but Steelers won, so 21-18, I think, against the Browns. So congratulations, Steelers, on a great start to the season. Let's just win about 15 more. Why not? And then just like 4 more after that. However many games it takes to win a Super Bowl. Let's just do that. It's a simple thing, but someone does it every year. Someone wins the Super Bowl every year. Why not us? But once again, I have a lackadaisical professor, so they're not really communicating. They're leaving things kind of vague. I don't like vagueness. I like to know what's happening and going on and what's expected of me. You know? Because I want to pass. And shoot, at this point, counting down the weeks till I graduate. And right now there's about 30 more weeks of school until I graduate. I don't know how many regular weeks, but just that's it. Holding on to that. 30 more weeks. And I guess I should be savoring this time, but I think I should have savored it more when I was, in like Fullerton College. I should have just paid better attention. I could have enjoyed it more. Now I'm just scrambling to get it done. But I guess that's the way things roll sometimes. This is gonna be my last complaint of the day. I really hate Jonathan Swift. I don't even remember his first damn name. I really hate Swift. This guy, this poet, is terrible. Oh my gosh, you should. His poetry is written by it's like he's a high schooler who thinks he. Whoa, got blurry there for a second. Are we good? So he's like a high schooler who's writing poetry, and it's just oh my goodness, okay, this is how he's painting a picture of what women should be or something, and it's just kind of annoying. It's dude, you're lame. Get over yourself. So, and this is the second time in a year I've had to study him. Ugh, terrible. Shut it down.